Sorry about that, guys. My battery is dying, so I had to switch batteries. Um, so where was that? Timberwolves. Timberwolves are kind of a headache right now. Wow, I'm just losing everything today. God. You know, it's like, honestly, the Timberwolves, their problem is right now is quite simply, everyone knows where the problem is right now is Jimmy Butler. Guy came out, blasted the team, wants a trade. But right now, the season has started, and the team that's paying you right now is the Timberwolves. So, play for them. God damn it. Enough with the stupid rests. Or whatever. You know what I mean. But yeah, no, here's what I think, honestly, they should do with Jimmy. What they should do is they should hold on to him and then near the trade deadline see where they're at. If they're in playoff contention, hold on to Jimmy for the rest of the season. If not, then trade him to a team that is in playoff contention, like the Houston Rockets, if they're still in trouble at that time. I wasn't a big fan of what they offered originally, the 4 first-round draft picks, because NBA is stupid. They can't be in consecutive years, they have to be spread out. I really don't like that. It's definitely not worth it. Feel like if you want the max return for Jimmy, you gotta do it when the team is desperate. Now the other problem with that is that Jimmy only has certain teams that he wants to be traded to. So if you're trying to trade him to a team in playoff contention, it might not necessarily be the one team that he wants. So you might not go for it. But I don't know. That's what I feel about with the Timberwolves right now. Let me just quickly. I think I know everything that happened over the weekend, but let me just see. Just a recap of their weekend adventures. Got my phone right here, so Timberwolves lost last night to the Clippers 120 to 109. Lost to the Trailblazers on Sunday 111 to 81, and that game I believe Jimmy did sit out. Let me see. Yep, looks like he did sit out of that one. And then previous game Friday lost 116 to 99 to the Warriors, which they're the Warriors, so I'm not expecting you to win that one, especially on home turf. And then tomorrow they're at the Lakers. We should still be able to beat the Lakers. The Lakers are still trying to find some chemistry with LeBron on their team. But yeah, we'll get more into that later. So yep, that's the Timberwolves for you. Who else do I got? Oh, I'm going to talk about the Gophers football team first. Oh my God, the Gophers. I don't think I've seen a worse Gophers football team in since Tim Brewster coached. But yeah, they lost, was it 55 to 38 or something stupid like that. 55 to 31 to the Illinois Fighting Illini, a school that has never been about their football program. The basketball program, yeah, but never about their football program. I don't know if that would be worse. No, losing to Rutgers would be worse than that, but even still, it's incredibly stupid. Give up 55 points to Illinois. And thank God, yes, they fired their defensive coordinator. They should have done that games ago when they lost to Nebraska. But, and yes, I understand their defense did get hit pretty hard with injuries, especially with Antoine Winfield Jr. That was a pretty big blow, but still, it's like, and this is the thing about college football. It's so critical. If you don't have at least a decent non-conference schedule, you have to be able to contend and win in your conference. Gophers have one Big Ten win as of right now. And who was it to? Indiana. And yeah, they had a 22-point lead going into the fourth quarter of that game, and they blew it. Indiana came back and tied up, and the Gophers got freaking lucky. And I'm sorry if I cuss. I will try to make it sophisticated in the future and like try to halfway bleep it out. But then again, I'll be posting this to YouTube, and sometimes I hear people cuss on YouTube. So anyway, that's all I will say about the Gophers. Now, let's go to the Wild. I would add like crickets chirping right now because I'm not really paying attention to the Wild. I don't know, everyone's like, you live in the state of hockey and you're not paying attention to the Wild. I'm like, I'm paying attention to the Wild, but I'm paying attention to them passively because I don't really expect them to do anything this season. They're timed to be a good hockey team past years ago. Now you got a bunch of old Grady veterans like Parisi and Suter and whatnot, and you just don't got enough young, fresh talent. So I feel like I don't feel like that's gonna do anything for you. But let's recap what they did. Only score that is showing up on here is Saturday. They beat the St. Louis Blues 5-1. So good on from them for that. Let me check the standings and see where they're at. Oh wow, they're up there. They have 8 wins, 3 losses, and 2 overtime losses. They have 18 points. They are third in the Western Conference. But then again, once again, hockey season, just like basketball season, just like not football season, just like baseball season, very long season. A lot of stuff can happen. So, too early to tell, but I don't know, maybe I'll follow them more closely. What else do I have? Oh yeah, so the only Gophers sports team that is really doing good right now, I heard their soccer team won the Big Ten championship, is going on to the NCAA. Good for them. It's soccer. I like soccer, but I'm not. I exclude the TV, except for when it's the World Cup. Their volleyball team. Me and my family have been huge volleyball fans, and their Gophers volleyball team really good this season. Currently ranked number 3 in the nation, and they're undefeated in Big Ten play. So, and the volleyball Final Four is in Minneapolis at the Target Center in December. So the Gophers volleyball team is there at the Final Four. I'm getting tickets. So that's that for that. And then Gophers basketball team, the men's team that is. The women's team, I don't really know what to say about the women's team. Having Lindsay Whalen as their coach might do something for them. I don't know. The men's basketball team starts their season tonight. I think this is going to be a really critical season because Richard Pitino needs to start proving that he can try to live up to his father's legacy and try to put together a solid team. Especially since I'm not a huge Richard Pitino fan. A couple years ago, they were really good and made the NCAA tournament as the number 5 seed, but then they got upset in the first round by Middle Tennessee State. And then last year, it was just a big old downfall. So, I don't know, maybe there's hope there, but you never know. Oh, yep. And I know it's not baseball season, but gotta cover my Twins. My first ever love for sports, the Twins. So let me recap what the Twins season I felt like for the Twins. This is the first season that the Twins really pissed me off. I was really excited for the season. We made a lot of additions in the off season, but none of them really ended up doing anything for us, which really pissed me off. Logan Morrison was a non-factor. Ended up trading away Lance Lynn, Fernando Rodney, Jake Odorizzi had the so-so season. And also injuries did hurt. Sano Buxton was pretty much a non-factor. Sano was out for a good chunk of the season. And then the three things the Twins really pissed me off doing was trading away Escobar and Dozier. It's like, trade away two fan favorites, you're gonna piss people off. So that's how I feel about that. And then they fired Molitor at the end of the season. I'm like, what the freaking hell? What did Molitor do or not do that deserved him getting fired? I didn't understand it. And then there's this new manager that they hired. I don't know, what's his face? Whatever. Very young. I don't know. But the big thing is that with all of our salary space now, with Mauer probably really retired, we got so much money now. We need to use it. Go out and get some big names. You know, there's a couple names on the free agent market this season that I think I really hope we go for. I'm not expecting us to go for Bryce Harper. I'm like, don't spend up that much space on that one guy, especially when he's inconsistent. I mean, if we get Bryce Harper, I wouldn't be mad, but I'd be really shocked. I'd be like, wow, we got Bryce Harper. But no, I'm not expecting that. The two guys I'm really hoping that we pursue, I'd be happy if we get one of these guys. I'd be ecstatic if we get both. In the pitching category, Dallas Keuchel is out there. If we get him, I'd be really happy. If we get Dallas Keuchel. And then in the fielding perspective, or designated hitter perspective, actually Nelson Cruz is also out there. That would make me really happy. He's been known to be a pretty reliable designated hitter, which Logan Morrison was more of a power hitter. He's not really a consistent hitter, so that's why I don't understand. The thing about the MLB is that the designated hitter spot, which I think should be league-wide, I don't think it should just be the American League. I think the National League needs to adopt the DH rule, because having pitchers try to hit a baseball, it's dumb. Pitchers have one job, and that's to pitch the ball. I feel like the designated hitter, you want somebody who can consistently hit and get on base, not someone who can just blast it out of the ballpark like Giancarlo Stanton and whatnot. That's why I feel like the designated hitter should be. But yeah, that's the brief touch up on the Twins, and probably won't talk about them a whole lot, especially now that it's not the baseball season, but whenever big news pops up, I'll touch on it. So let's get into the NFL and my weekly NFL power rankings, which I got right here. I'll also see if I can list them for you guys down below here, just so that it's easier to follow up with it. Start at the bottom, number 32, which should be obvious. The Oakland Raiders. I wish this is power rankings, and yes, there's only 32 teams in the NFL, but the Raiders should be like number 40 or number 45, not 32. What the hell is going on? Oh, now this battery is dying. Come on. Hey, I guess I haven't charged the batteries in a while, so it makes sense. I guess that'll be a part 3 to this video. So I'll be back.